against teams where they arguably have a much better chance, but let's hop into map number 2.
And here we are on to map number 2. It is BaiSha to start off on Blacklist. So like I was saying, I think for ranking on Global Risk, they really do want to get out the gate strong here. Ice Cube seemed like a key difference maker for them. First half of Ankara. And much the same is going to be expected of him here on Compound as well.
Yeah, starting this one off. A lot of mid-control coming out from BaiSha, not working either of the long angles just yet. You've got Nevis along with Tom posted on the B tunnels. Humio solo holding both sides of mid from the lower A vent, but Nevis, he's gonna play first contact here. Spots 577, but there's the swing right on the other side of it from Unan to make sure they get the opening pick. Now they're gonna start to put even more pressure towards this B bomb site. The rotation does come through. It's gonna be Humio working his way onto the B bomb site, but there's still not a lot to hold this push off.
Yeah, meanwhile, Xiao just watching for those rotations in middle is going to make it tough for anyone to get past. And there you go, Fatcons instantly loses his life as he just peeks around the corner and has a little bit of a look. So immediately the sites start to get more and more isolated as Ranking know that it's pretty much impossible to get over to the other side of the map at this point in time. Now it is just onto Ice Cube to try to defend the A site. Quick out the window. Nice sharp shot onto 9, but that is not going to stop BaiSha from getting into the site. That's the benefit that they gain from having such a numbers advantage.
Yeah, double on the retake as well. Not an easy thing to pull off for Ranking. They really have to play the timing to pure perfection. If they want this one, it's going to be a couple players trying to force their way into the vent, but they're kind of just stuck here underneath. There's no clean way to re-execute. XQ1 able to find one. 577 gets the trade onto Ice Cube, and Humio, he is stuck here, and Xiao is just toying with him. Counter flashes him to stall the clock. Goes for the peak, but there's just no time to make this happen. Even if he hits the shots, there's no defuse coming through, but Wunan gets it done anyways, and BaiSha kick off map number 2 on the right foot.
Yep, solid first round from the Chinese squad. Straight away back into round 2. It was a double orm setup for Ranking on the defense last round. We'll have a look and see what they've opted to go for again. It is Ice Cube and Tam rolling out with the scope in hand. This time Ice Cube's able to strike onto 9. Very nearly loses his life down to a sliver of HP, but has struck first and found that advantage.
Yeah, nice one to work with. Pretty consistent factor though throughout this matchup has been 9. Very, very quiet here, getting shut down left and right from Ranking. The rest of the team, though, on BaiSha, dealing with them quite well. Ice Cube on 1 HP. Has to be really careful of what position he plays as well. 1 HP for the remainder of the round. He's going to be tucked away on the back of that A bomb site. BaiSha using this to their advantage, knowing there could be an opening in this mid lane, and they're going to find it, working their way all the way towards the GR spawn. But Nevis, he's going to stall it out, able to find one. Humio finds another to make sure they remain out on top. Botcon's on the flank, able to get one. Xiao, now the last alive, and it's a 1-on-3. He does have the 1 HP player in front of him on the bomb site, but it's not going to matter. Ice Cube gets it done anyways, and Ranking take the round.
Yeah, Ranking just moving very quickly through the map there. You can see the confidence that that initial kill gives them. Really does feel like they sort of live and die by getting the opening frag in any given round. If they do get it, they're a chance in the round. If they don't, seems like BaiSha kind of walks all over them. Back to square one, though, as we head into round 3.
Nice opening trade here. It's going to be BaiSha getting the double kill. Nevis replies with one of his own, but it's not going to matter. The BaiSha Steamroller works its way through the B tunnels comfortably, to grab the 4-on-2 advantage. Ice Cube trying to do his best to convert this round. Gets himself another kill onto XQ1. And now in the 2v3, they look hopeful for the retake.
Well, they're a long way from making that retake a reality at this point. Miles away from the site. Got a couple of smokes getting tossed toward mid from BaiSha, but the real offensive is coming from a different direction. And Ice Cube catches Xiao just napping a little bit. Nine's going to tuck himself in the corner to try to make it a little bit more difficult. Let's see what the pre-fire looks like. In fact, Nine just jiggle peeking that corner and is going to lock both those kills down. Wasn't quite cleared. So ranking Esports, that's not a mistake they're going to make again.
Yeah, BaiSha on these post plants just so good at locking things down, ranking. They've got to be ready to respond to that. Ice Cube, though, still looking good, I'd say, on the second map. He's 6-2. It's the rest of the team on the side of ranking having trouble kind of keeping that pace alongside him. But Ice Cube, he's going all alone here, challenging B long. There's 4 players waiting for him. He still gets the opening anyways, but that will be it. Nine gets the trade, and now BaiSha have a big advantage. Not only is it a 4-on-4, they've gotten Ice Cube out of the picture with only a single frag.
Yeah, I'd say that's what you want. Ice Cube has always been the star for this roster. We've been talking about him all night. 7-3 on this map. He's the one that's been sort of putting up that defense for ranking Esports. And if he's out of the picture, then yeah, their defense starts to look a little bit more crumbly. Like some feta cheese. A few holes in it. Crumbles at pressure. Seems like a good analogy to me.
BaiSha, though, playing very slow. Almost a bit surprising to see, considering they do have the better shots when they go toe-to-toe the majority of the time. FotCons trying to get that info play here in mid. Could run into trouble, has to back off onto the B bomb site. The rest of BaiSha creeping their way towards A long, leaving Xiao in the tower position to help them if things get a little bit dicey. It's going to be both players on site here, Tom and Humio, holding for that long angle push. 5-7-7 ready to lead into it, though. 40 seconds on the clock. They've got to make their move, and Humio, he's the one who's going to play contact on this angle. He's going to be shut down immediately. Tom able to find one, but it's not going to be him living for too much longer. He's traded down by XQ1. FotCons and Nevis trying to work their magic on the retake. Not going to find anything just yet, though. Nevis has to back off and wait for the support, but the time is ticking.
Indeed. It's ticking against ranking Esports. XQ1, perfect position to catch Nevis as he tries to go around that corner. Now FatCon's alone, and he's going to suffer much the same fate. You would think this is too big of a crossfire to break. Iron on one side, XQ1 right underneath him. Short work for BaiSha, 2-1 the lead, doing what they need to do.
Yeah, right now they're just keeping the ball rolling in their direction. And you love to see it. This is the BaiSha that is ready to take themselves into the playoffs and maybe make that final once again. 5-7-7, some early aggression going to be met head on here, but ranking decides quickly they want nothing to do with it. They're going to back off, immediately reset this fight, and get out of town here, leaving Nevis in the corner pocket underneath the mid tower. Humio playing the lurk in this smoke on the lower vent on the A bomb site. BaiSha going to toy with the pick over towards B, wondering if they're going to find maybe Ice Cube in this direction. He is here, just playing a much safer angle this time around. FotCon's on the off angle in the window, but Ice Cube, this is the player to keep your eyes on here. He's got that off angle. Xiao thinks about taking that peek, but he's not going to fully commit to it.
Well, there's the shot from Ice Cube. Has not been able to strike with it. And Xiao on the other side, with the arm of his own, is able to open the account. Another rough looking round ahead here for ranking, considering they're down another member, and BaiSha's just running them all over the map, back and forth, keeping them guessing. making good use of all of that time available to them, really trying to split the defense as much as possible. And it seems like at this point, Ranking doesn't really have an answer for what BaiSha is bringing on this Blacklist side.
9, he really wants to take this fight. It's going to be Nevis looking for the challenge. He almost gets baited into a really tough fight. He somehow manages to stay alive, at least for now, in this mid position, but he's going to be going into a disaster. If he gets too overzealous, he's going to be taken down. 9 hits the shot. Now it's going to be a 5-on-3 as they push into the A-bomb site. Woonon takes down another. Ice Cube and Tom left on the retakes, but it's double arms again from this position, and there's almost no way they're going to be able to get back in.
Yep. It's looking pretty rough here for Ranking Esports on BaiSha's map choice. To be expected. I mean, how do you even begin to think about retaking this site with double orb setup? Seems like an impossibility, and this is why you're just getting completely cut out of the site. It's another one for BaiSha, and it starts to feel like a formality at this point.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Ranking, but they're just not looking like they've got any momentum on their side. The second map, things just are not working out consistently for them, and hoping they can find a way to maybe change that pacing. But so far, it's going to be a mid-push to try and counteract what's gone wrong. But BaiSha, they're ready and waiting for it. 9 gets the double kill. Ice Cube at least able to get one of his own onto 577. But the damage has been done here. BaiSha looking for a third kill. Humio has to get out of here. He doesn't really want to take this risk any further. They've already lost 2 players and only gained a kill onto 577 out of this mid-exchange. And now they've got to find a way to fight back from behind.
Yeah. Just a rough spot to be in general. Doesn't seem to matter what Ranking tries. They've tried to go aggressive, they try to play passive, they try to play both sides, and BaiSha just going one better every single time. This time, BaiSha clearing out the B halls and moving their way back into mid toward A. Skulon setting himself up a smoke for the A side of the map. Deny a little bit of that rotation ability for Ranking Esports through mid, but unlikely they were going to take that route anyway. And now it is just the one player on that A site. Once again, Hyomio, who you have to look to really multi-frag here. I mean, not even, like, 2 kills is not even going to be enough here. He's going to need 3 before he gets traded down. No movement from the other players on Ranking Esports. No rotation coming across from their side. Hyomio, it's not a position where you can really find too many frags from. Good trade in the end from 9, and Xqulan watching for the rotation. BaiSha reading Ranking Esports like a book at the moment. There's just no way back into this map for Ranking so far.
Yeah, it's just so tough. The executions from BaiSha, almost perfect. How they push through. And there they have it, 5-1, halfway to victory already in the second map. And this is the BaiSha dominance we've talked about. This is a team that looks like their eyes are set on that finals prize, not even looking at this team as a threat on the side of Ranking. It's going to be up to these guys to do anything they can to put a stop to it, but at this point, I just don't see anything going their way with how BaiSha is approaching their map choice. Everything they want to do, they don't have any problem doing it. There's nobody who's really gone toe-to-toe with them on the Ranking side, aside from Ice Cube. The rest of these players, they just can't find a way to win any of these aim duels, and it's going to be Ice Cube who opens it up, but he's almost got to do it all here in order to win these rounds.
Yeah, it can't be a one-man army, and the fact that they know that pretty much he's isolated on this side of the map isn't really going to help him out all that much. You'd expect that he should get traded down here. Spacing wasn't so good from BaiSha. But eventually they do get their way into A, and for the first time in a while it feels like Ranking have actually got the numbers advantage. That is largely thanks to Ice Cube. But I'm still not really feeling confident about their chances of retaking this site, right? Even in a 3-on-4, you almost back BaiSha.
Yeah, it's not a bad call to back them here in this situation, especially with Ice Cube already out. Xiao, though, misses an important shot. It's not going to matter. Nine's there to make sure it happens. BaiSha take them all out except for Humio on the back of site. There is just no time to make this happen, though. Xiao, look at him. He's just hiding behind the wall and playing this timer perfectly. BaiSha doing what they need to. They get themselves another round, 6-1. The numbers don't matter. When they're stacked against them, they still hold that plant, and this is where things are really going to have to change for Ranking Gaming. You see Ice Cube putting in these efforts time and time again. You can tell how vital he is for them, but the rest of the team, they haven't been able to make anything happen in this half. I mean, you have 10 kills on Ice Cube.
Yeah.
The rest of the team doesn't even have 10 combined.
That's a fairly damning statistic, isn't it? 1-7, 1-8 even for Fatcons, 1-6 for Tam. And Evas has been able to at least chime in with one, but need to see more than that. And now that Ice Cube is down, it feels like the waterfall is going over the edge. BaiSha start to accelerate in the round again. A big battle over the B tunnels, but look how it ends up, 3-on-1. I feel like a broken record at this point. I don't know what more there really is to say about this matchup. It is super duper one-sided. Okay, Tam's getting a little bit lucky there with the fact that Xiao misses the first shot, but he won't make the same mistake twice. And 7-1 now. I don't know. If I was ranking, I'd probably be thinking about going back to bed at this point.
Yeah, I mean, for them, it just seems like there's nothing they're going to be able to do to stop this. BaiSha, everything they want is theirs for the taking in this map, and they're only 3 away from making this one their own.
Fatcons with 22 ADR as well so far in this half. 22 damage around is just not enough at this level of competition. Tam instantly run over by 577. Ice Cube knows he has to push forward to try to continue to fight for this positioning, but eventually he's going to be overwhelmed, and man, this is child's play really for BaiSha at this point.
Yeah, there's just nothing that can be done about it. I mean, Ice Cube, he's trying his best. The rest of these guys, though, it's just purely being outclassed on this map, shot for shot. They just can't hold their feet to the fire. Humio left in a 2v5. They have both their players on the site where the bomb is going, to say the least, but look at the stack. Humio, they know someone's probably going to be there, and Xiao comes through on the flank, gets them both, nail in the coffin there, and BaiSha, the writing is definitely on the walls here. It's their match to take. It's theirs to close out, and Ranking, they'd have to almost pull a miracle at this point to stop it.
Yeah, I'm not a believer in miracles. And I'm not sure that Ranking Esports are either. 8-1. I mean, you're really looking at a 10-1 right now, the way things are going. Ranking, it seems like they were lucky to even get that one round right now. BaiSha on the defense, lots of damage already from the util, and 9 picks up where they left off on the attack. Wunan is there to help out as well. It is just completely over for Ranking. They are not having any success on this map at all, and teams are going to have to take note of this. It's now 2 games in a row for BaiSha on compound that have been decisive victories. First was a 10-5 against GV. This one looked like it was going to be really easy for BaiSha, but Ice Cube has been given a couple of 1v1s, 5-7-7, just a lack of discipline there. Gives up his life as well.
Yeah, it's almost a little bit too much for not enough on the other side, though. Ice Cube, he may be getting kills, but he's the only one here. 1-on-3, he has to do it all to win the round. He's already got the only other 2 kills in this circumstance. Now BaiSha, they know exactly where he is. They can just pinch her, and it's going to be done. There you have it, 9. Final kill on the board for this round, and now they are on to match point 9-1 on the road to the most decisive victory we've seen so far in the Summer Championship, and the only other one up to this point also done by them.
Yeah. Let's see if they can beat it. Let's see if they can beat that 10-2 scoreline. It's headed in that direction with the initial exchanges. It seems like BaiSha's just not messing around. They want to take that fight into mid and pretty much shut it down right here and now. And I think fair enough.
Yeah, this should be the beginning of the end here, ranking. It's all up to FotCon's Ice Cube and Humio to try and keep this one alive, but even if they somehow win this round, 8 in a row is something we haven't seen hardly ever happen. It's a rare occasion. Teams even pull 3 or 4 in a row to take it into overtime, let alone a perfect half situation. But at this point, it's almost a master class coming out from BaiSha on how to play compound this week so far. A lot of teams are going to be looking to them to how they might re-strategize and rethink as they move forward in this tournament, because anybody who's still alive here has to take note of what this team is doing. 4-on-2 situation, 5-7-7 gets the opener here that they need to keep things rolling. Ice Cube and FotCon's a last glimmer of hope in their eyes, but maybe not for long.
Yeah, I feel a little bit sorry for Ice Cube. He's doing everything he possibly can. 14-9, another good shot, this time onto 5-7-7. But he is getting absolutely no assistance. 1 kill for FatCons. 3 for Nevis, 2 for Tam, and 4 for Hiomio. Not a pretty picture. You could double the frags that everyone has on this ranking roster, and they still wouldn't have as much as Ice Cube. And now he's out of the picture. Xiao is going to make it look easy.